Welcome to the second beginning tutorial on JavaScript. Now, in the last video I said we would be using Notepad throughout the series, but I kind of changed my mind because it's a little bit easier to use Notepad++ with JavaScript. Now, if you want to use Notepad, that's not a problem. You can continue to do that. But if you want to use Notepad++, it's very easy to download and it's a very quick install. In fact, if you open up your browser and go to Google and just type in Notepad++, you'll see it comes up very quickly here. And you can just hit this download link right here. And as I said, it's a very, very quick install. Now, once you open up Notepad++, I want you to go ahead and copy this template right here, because this is going to be the default template that we'll use throughout the series. And then I want you to go ahead and save as, and then save it as a HTML document. And I just saved it on my desktop. So we'll be reusing this code over and over again, this basic template. Now, as I said in the last video, our JavaScript code goes between our script element tag. This is an HTML element tag. So we have an opening tag and a closing tag. And then everything in between is our JavaScript code. Now, this is going to be a basic video. We're just going to get started here with some very simple JavaScript code and also explain statements. Now, as I said, all of our JavaScript code will go between the script element tags. And this is usually the place you will put your JavaScript code. Now, there are some other places you can actually put your JavaScript code, and we'll get into that in later videos. But for now, we're going to go ahead and put our JavaScript code right in here. And of course, there's the body HTML tags, and all of our web content goes in here, in this area. So let's go ahead and write some JavaScript code. Okay, so what I want you to do now is type out document.write. And then I want you to type in parenthesis, and we'll get into that later on what this is. But essentially, this is a function. And basically what this allows us to do is write out any HTML content to our web page. And I'll show you that in a minute. It's going to be very simple. And inside, I want you to put quotes, and we're just going to use the very famous hello world, which is usually used in someone's first program. So we'll use that here. And then we're going to end this with a semicolon. Now, since this video is about statements, this entire line of code is referred to as a statement. And what is a statement? Think of it as a little bit of code that does some work for us, some computations. So that's what a statement is. Now, you could have hundreds of statements in your JavaScript code, and we will eventually get to that later on. Now, to end a statement, you always use a semicolon. And then you move on to the next statement. So let's go ahead and run this, and we'll launch this in IE. Now, you might get a message down here that says allow blocked content. And so just go ahead and hit that. And so there you see our document.write has printed out hello world for us. And so if we decided to add more code, this is going to be fake code. We would put another semicolon, that's how statements work. They go in a top-down order. So again, the semicolon ends each statement. And actually, let's go ahead and get rid of these because we don't want to save that. So in the next video, we will talk about variables.